Rachel, I'm going to pick on you.
That's okay.
Rachel's going to PCC. How have you felt going in there? Has it been
Oh my gosh,
though in some cases?
This school prepares us so well, and there are actually so many kids my age in my classes. They say, oh, where'd you go to high school? And I say, I went to Lake Oswego, and most of them say, you're really, really lucky, because they know how well they prepare us here. You know, and they say, and they come in, and I see the work that they do, and it's nothing like the things that I've seen my peers do. So they prepare you really, really well. You know, college has not been a huge shock. Of course, you're going to have the classes that you struggle with. You know, I mean, that's part of life. That's part of the whole college experience. But the teachers here put a lot of time and effort to prepare us, and they've done a really, really good job.
How about names? What other classes have you guys done? Which you think was really worth it?
I would recommend AP Calc. Mr. Johnson is one of the best teachers for math here. And I actually came into high school and I wasn't a year ahead. I came in taking Algebra 1. So I don't know the age of everyone here, but if you can take geometry over the summer, try and do that and get ahead. So if you take geometry over the summer, your next year you should be taking pre-calc, I believe. So then you can take calc and within 4 years and you can take calc and Dodson. I got to skip a semester. I'm a semester ahead in math because of the AP test. It prepares you really well. It gets you really energetic about math. It's calculus, so.
He has like a 95% pass
Yeah.
rate.
So
or higher, and
yeah.
It's like 85% I get 5s.
Yeah.
On the AP
So
test. I mean,
if you think you're
if
just
you take
average
it,
in math right now, try and do something over the summer to get you ahead so you can take calc by senior year or junior year.
Unless you're a theater major, you don't have to take math.
Yeah.
That's great. Store that one away, all you math folks. I know a big topic for a lot of parents in the room is, of course, the dreaded college application process. And you've all had your varying experiences with that, and Sarah's just gotten done with it. Okay, how far ahead did you guys start looking at schools? When did you start really kind of focusing on college?
Spring break, junior year.
Yeah, junior year. Yeah, looking at them. Yeah, spring, junior year.
Well, that's when I told my mom I was, but it wasn't really
Yes.
until like later fall of senior year for me.
So it's about spring or junior year. Were you kind of clueless prior to that?
Yeah.
Even though your parents were pestering you and buying books like I did and hounding you?
I don't know, personally, it doesn't take much to look at a college. If you find something that you're like interested in and you look for colleges that support that, and then environmentally or like relationally, what kind of things colleges offer, and then like I just applied early decision to all the colleges that I was interested in, and then from the ones that I got into, made my choices, which I had all my choices available. So.
Yeah, I don't know about everyone else, but the first thing I thought about was where I wanted to go because I didn't want to stay on the West Coast. So I focused the area, and then I said, okay, well, what am I interested in? I'm interested in business. I'm interested in psych. I'm interested in business. So I looked at those, what colleges in that area had the strongest, who were top ranked, who were the best for undergrad, who had the best turnover rate for freshmen. So I don't know. I don't know what you guys. But I looked at just where I wanted to go and then top ranked.
Utilize the websites. They offer so much information. Call counselors, because that's what I'm doing right now. Because I'm a nursing major, so I'll transfer. Well, I'll start applying next fall and winter, and I'll transfer the following year, depending on where I get in. So right now, I'm on websites all the time, looking at where they're ranked, in the program, what kind of schools or areas they can specialize in. So go online and just get intros even.
Yeah. For me, it was also I mean the books and the internet, that was fine. I didn't know where I wanted to go until I visited campuses and when I sat in on classes. And you should always sit on a class. You should go when there are students there because you just get the feel for the campus. And I mean, I found my school because I didn't want to leave after I visited, and so I'm there now.
Yeah, that's really true too. Like I was just one of those Oregon kids who's like, I'm going to go to U of O, I just have had that dream, especially because my brother went to U of O. So ever since like junior high, I was a Ducks fan, good to go. you know, I always thought Eugene was nice, but then my parents were like, well, here's this really cool place in right outside of LA. Like, do you want to go tour it? I'm like, sweet, the trip to LA? Yeah, I'm definitely down. And you know, and then I got there and I toured it, and it was like it just seemed like a paradise. You know, the campus itself was like a hotel. So, you know, and that combined with the people that I met there and the kind of things that I sat in on, you know, turned away my like previous thoughts like immediately. You know, so I think if you get out there and look beyond the website, you can do a lot.
Did tours make or break your decision? I mean, there's some tours where it turned you off from a school because you took a bad tour.
I mean, I liked going on tours. I'm going to be a tour guide for my school next year because I think it's a really important part.
And Jeff, you were a tour guide too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I joined and then I got just kind of overwhelmed with school, and the organization itself was run very badly, and I just couldn't deal with it, so I kind of withdrew from it. But I like the idea of so I went through the application process.
The kids do look
So
very
terrible.
cute.
Oh, no,
But
I'm just saying, there are some good tours, there are some not so good tours. You have to walk around by yourself.
And I think also it's important to go when school is in session or trying to, because you know you just really don't know what it's going to be like if there's no one on campus. But then you can see, you know, you kind of see, do these people look like me, you know, or these people look really stressed out, or look like they're having a good time, you know, what are they doing? How are you know what I mean? You kind of see what, you know, that's how you figure out if you think you belong there. Okay.
Question, quick. Do you each know somebody on your campus who is transferring and why?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I live in rural Ohio. And that is why.
Community college, they're very pro-transfer. I mean, going to talk to counselors, they say transfer, you know, figure out a transfer plan, figure out what classes are going to transfer. So, of course, you would hope that people aren't just going to stay and get their freshman and sophomore classes out of the way. But that's also been kind of nice because they're there for you. They want you to move on. They don't want you to stay and lag behind and do poorly.
I don't know anyone who's transferring. I know people who have transferred to my school,
Yes.
but I don't know anyone who's transferring.
Well, I kind of want to say something about that. Like, I know a few people who are transferring, and the biggest thing is usually academics, difficulty-wise, and it's both ends of the spectrum. There are a couple people who thought it was just overwhelming and too hard and wanted to just go somewhere that was more their speed. And then there are other people who just thought it wasn't really preparing them for graduate school or med school or whatever it was they were going on to. So it's kind of one of those things where some schools are right for some people and they aren't right for other people. So that's something you really need to look for. Like, if you don't just go to a prestigious school because you think it's going to look really good, you have to be able to handle that. So make sure you think about that before you go there.
How many schools once you go to online, how many schools did each of you apply to?
9?
Except,
9.
I knew I was going to go to community college, but next fall I plan to apply to many schools. I have quite the list. My parents are a little freaked out.
How about you, Cameron? How many did you say?
9.
9?
Oh, 5.
6.
Okay, I'll add. And how much time did this take you, this whole application process?
A lot.
So long.
We can
Winter
tell
break
you
was
about
pretty
that.
much all writing essays. Every day winter break.
Anyone want to go with, explain to the people that common application is kind of a joke because of those supplemental essays, if you apply to private schools?
Yeah, so I had I think 5 or 6 of my colleges were on the common application, which is where it's just one place where you can enter all your numbers and your name and your address and all that kind of stuff. But every single college I applied to had a supplemental essay that I had to write, and it was different for each one, substantially different. I couldn't just kind of tweak
But
it a
I
little
sometimes
bit.
cut and pasted ones from different
There you go.
I usually, I had something I wanted to say for my college essay, and I think that's really important, and then you apply it to whatever the question is. I think that's really important for pretty much any paper you write. Find evidence that supports it.
What were some of the topics of the essay? Were they very
quite a bit, or they were all kind of similar?
Sometimes it's like,
I
how are
want,
you
I'm sorry,
unique?
sorry.
I was gonna say, sometimes it's like, how are you unique, or like, what single experience has changed your life?
Or like something was like, how have you experienced diversity?
Oh, we had lots of,
Yeah,
there was,
that's
if
fun.
your life is a map, at the end of the map it says, there be monsters. What would the end of your map say? That's a weird one.
I had one that was like write about a person who's made an influence in your life or someone who you think is important to the world.
I know University of Chicago, they had one like last year or something that was like, if you were on a Cartesian coordinate, like where would you be? I don't know. And then another one they had was like abstract, and it was like, what is something you've grown out of? They're like, you can grow out of an idea or a pair of shoes, and you really had to take that and make it.
4 pages.
I had one that just had me list like 100 words that describe myself. It's weird.
100?
Well, it wasn't how many was it? It was like 100.
It was like that,
Yeah, it's just like words. You get run out of words eventually. It was so bad.
About 500?
Yeah, I mean they
Yeah,
weren't
they're
too
kind of
bad,
short.
but
You still have to take a lot of time on them, especially when you have to write like 6.
And try
And you
to,
can only write about yourself. So,
to completely answer the question in like a unique, personal way, with only a page to write can be really difficult sometimes.
yeah.
The hardest ones were actually the ones that said 100 to 250 words.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they said, when you get to campus, what are you going to do to change campus? In 250 words, I had to really crop down and be short, but then at the same time, I had to stand out. So that was one of the hardest paragraphs I had to write.